Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to TerrafirmaCraft. So, between last episode and this one, I spent a lot of time, and I mean a lot of time, looking for metals laying on the ground that we could use to start our metalworking. And after spending, I'm without a word of a lie to you guys, it was probably hours doing this. I finally managed to find enough metals that we can really get started on this. So here's what we got so far. We're gonna make a batch of 3 metals, or 3 metal bars, I guess. So we're gonna make enough for 3 tool heads with the of bismuth bronze. And each batch that we're doing, the way they work is there's like a range that you can do for the different metals. So like if you have more of one and less of another, you can modify it slightly for that, and that's kind of what I've done here. So for each one, we are going to be using 5 tetrahedrite, which is our copper, so 50%. We're going to be using 2 bismuth, which is 20%, and we're going to be using 3 sphalerite, which is zinc, I believe, so 30% of that. So 50, 70, 100%. And we'll cook up all 3. That'll give us enough for 3 tools that we can do. And it's still raining outside. One thing I wish I had my camera running when this happened. I went outside to check my fire pit after I got back from doing the metal run, and I had like a bolt of lightning strike 2 blocks away from me. It was absolutely terrifying. I ran back inside and just stayed here. But, so yeah, so we're ready to get that going. Now, the next thing we really need to decide... Oh, yeah, the other thing. While we were at, we found so much food. We found maize and bell peppers and barley. We found some other metals. We found some platinum. We found tons of berries. Just whole bunches and bunches of stuff. And it got to the point where, I mean, as you can see, my inventory here is pretty full. I was leaving a bunch of it behind as I went. I just didn't have enough room to carry it all with me. So we're going to have to take a trip back at some point and pick up some more as we go. So I'm going to... Oh wait, it's hour 7, so it's just raining. It is daylight outside. The other good news is I got Optifine working again. So hopefully the frame rate issues that we saw from time to time in the last episode will be gone. We have... it's raining. I don't think I can actually start this when it's raining. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to grab some more of these vessels that we created last episode, so that I can actually start getting some room in my inventory. So I think the most important thing as far as tools go, though, is we really do need to focus on tools that will allow us to get more metals, because I don't want to have to do another... 6-hour metal run, essentially, to try to find, try to find the tool or the metals that we need to make the tools. Yep, we have some friendlies, or not so friendlies, coming at us. Bloody rain. It seems to rain all the time in Minecraft. Have you guys noticed that? I'm sure you have. So I'm gonna go ahead, take care of my inventory, wait for the rain to stop. We'll probably end up having to wait another full day. And then we can get to work on actually getting our metals created. I will also think about the tools that we need. We have enough for 3 tool heads. So I'm thinking at this point we're going to go pick, prospector pick, and saw, but I'm going to double check that just to be sure that that's actually what we want. So I will see you guys shortly. One thing I was about to do here, guys, which I realize I don't think I've shown on camera. I'm going to do it real quick right now, just for your guys' benefit. You can see how this cooked mutton has 0.7% decay? What you can do is, you can take that, and you put it in the crafting grid with a knife, and you cut the decay off. Now, the reason why that's important is a piece of food with decay on it will decay faster than more decay it has on it. So let's say over a period of time, a piece of meat would have received, 3% decay. Well, if it already has decay on it, that percentage of decay will jump up by, I'm not sure what the exact formula is, but it would jump up to say, 5% decay, or, however the formula works. As I said, I'm not 100% sure on that. I haven't looked at the numbers. To be honest, I'm not really interested in looking at the numbers. That's not the important part. I just wanted to let you guys know about that you can use a knife to cut the decay off your food, and it's probably a good idea to do so if you want your food to last you a while. Okay, back to waiting on the rain to go away. Alright guys, while we waited, I decided I would, take a look at the tools available and decide on what we want, and I might as well make the molds while I'm just sitting here, waiting essentially. So the first thing we're going to want is a pick. So the recipe for that, if I recall correctly, is here, 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 here. That gives us a pick mold. We're going to want a prospector's pick, which is... let me see here. Oops, we need a new bit of clay first, which is 1, 2, 3. Then 1, 2, 3, and then down by 1. That's a prospector's pick. And we do, in fact, want a saw. That, I think, is going to be our most useful, another one of our useful tools to have. And that's like this, and then like this. I think it's like this all the way up. No, I screwed something up here. Let me see here. There we go. So that'll give us a saw mold. Alright, and those are the three that we're going to start with, and then, of course, we have our ceramic vessel full of metals, which we will be melting here as soon as the bloody rain stops. And I guess after nighttime passes. Now, one thing, while I was out and about before, I found this medium rawhide. And I heard from heard from the wiki that you can use straw and rawhides to make beds. I guess it has to be a large rawhide. Can I combine these, maybe? Nope. Alright. So, no luck there. We'll have to wait for the, to find a large rawhide to get a straw bed. You can't even sleep in them. It's mostly just for setting the, spawn point. And we're close enough to the world spawn point that if we die, it's not going to be too hard to find our stuff again. So, I'm not too worried about it. I just thought it'd be something interesting to try. Okay, back to twiddling my thumbs. Alright, it looks like we're finally starting to get to an hour where I can actually venture towards the surface without being insta-murdered. So let's head up here and start our metalworking process. I'm pretty sure that zombie's going to burn to death before he gets here, so I'm not going to worry about him. Okay, so this works. We use the pit kiln, and it's the exact same as before. We stick our metals in here, in a vessel, and then we stick that vessel in the hole. And we're going to stick our 3 molds in here as well. Add the straw. Add the wood. Light it on fire. Okay, and we're going to let that burn. And as soon as that's ready to go, I will be back. And in the meantime, I am probably going to go spend some more time chopping down trees. Except I seem to have misplaced my axe, so I'll have to make another one. So I'll go start chopping down trees, gathering up some rocks and stuff. And I think after this is done, we are going to get ready to start moving things over towards that area I found last episode with the nice green grass. And it was near where we found all the tetrahedrite. Just looks like a really good place to set up. Access to a large amount of water that we can use for farming and all the rest of it. The only problem I kind of run into is we're already in summer. It took me so long to find all those metals that we're already in summer. So I don't know how much of a chance we're going to have to set up too much of a farm. So we're really going to have to rely on hunting as well as the food that we've kind of found, growing in the wild. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it as soon as winter hits, and we'll either live and, eat, or we'll starve to death. Okay, looks like our kiln has finished. And you want to get to it quick because you only have a few hours in-game to get to it before the metal will harden. So let's grab all of our molds out of here. And then, okay, so see, we have 300 units of bismuth bronze. We're going to start with the prospector's pick. and you let it fill up. There's one. We'll do the pick next. There's two, and then we'll do the saw. And that will be all of our bismuth bronze. But this will give us the tools that we need to get a lot more, a lot easier. So then, after you take the, after you pour the bismuth bronze into the molds, all you need to do is you take them and you put them in your crafting grid, and you'll get the various tool heads. And then just like the tool heads we made with the knapping, you just stick them on a stick. So now we have a pickaxe, we have a prospector's pick, and we have a saw. And those three, I think, are the most important tools that we could get right now. So now I think we need to start preparing for our... Oh, I'm hungry. Let's take care of that. We need to start preparing for our journey over to basically where we plan to live. Now, obviously, we're not going to be able to bring everything all at once. So we really have to prioritize, prioritize what we're bringing. Only bring the most important stuff first. And I think we're going to need a few logs when we get there. Oops, that's not what I wanted. It was a little dangerous to click on that with a fire starter, but it is what it is. Can I get rid of any more of this? Yeah, okay. So we'll bring 2 stacks of wood. We can probably leave behind... I don't think I have any room in here. Oh, but you know what? I have a vessel that I just emptied, so I don't really need to worry too much about it. Let's put the extra bismuth bronze, the extra sticks. We want the stones. What else? What do we not need? The wool and the platinum. We don't really have a use for platinum for a while. So we'll put all that in there. I think I have one of these vessels with tomatoes in it. Yep, here we go. So let's combine these tomatoes together. Oh, we have a max-sized tomato. Good to know. So we'll put the max-sized tomato back in there, and we can just take that one along for our dietary needs. Actually, I think I'm going to take this rock out of here, and we can put in... Let me see, we don't need that, and we don't need clay for now. Those are seeds. Actually, I think we have some tomato seeds in there, so we can, ditch those. And that's, just general inventory clearing. So I'm going to just finish clearing out my inventory here, pick out the stuff that we need before we travel. It's getting pretty late, so the actual traveling to the new home will probably have to wait till tomorrow. But yeah, I think we're ready to start moving to our new home and get ourselves set up into a mine. Well, looks like the sun's coming up. I guess it's time for us to hit the road. Start heading for our new home. Like we're going along the Oregon Trail. Let's just hope none of us catch malaria. I can't remember what the big cause of death in that game was. There was one disease that just seemed to kill absolutely everybody. What was it called? You know what? The next cut in this video will probably be me remembering that disease. Baby zombie? Baby zombie? Yeah, go away. Go away, baby zombie. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Come here. Uh-oh. I was hoping that would kill him. Yes! Ugh, man, those things are vicious. Even more so in this mod. I think I may have knocked loose one of my torches. Nope. Just a couple rocks. Okay. So, we survived that encounter. Moving right along. Seriously, though, one of the next things I build is a bloody sword. Murder those jerks. Uh-oh. Javelin skeleton in our way. Maybe we can sneak over this way. After that baby zombie, we really don't have a lot of health to play with. Alright, I think we've been able to sneak around him. Oh yeah, we're good. We're good. Oh, that wolf just murdered Bambi. Bad wolf. But, let's see if we can't make a friend. First though. Oh yeah, these already drop at the maximum amount. Do I have any place to store any of this stuff? No. Let's see if we can't make friends. Woo. Nope. Yay! We have a friend. How do we make him follow us? There we go. Alright, I would like to take more of this mutton with us. There's no sense in leaving it behind. Unfortunately, we don't really have room for it. Alright, well that's still quite a bit of... mutton. Venison. That's still quite a bit of venison. Come, puppy. Let's go. Well, my amazing Minecraft pathing skills made it take way longer to get here than it should have. But we are finally at the place I wanted to set up. We have a nice spot for a mine over there. We have some nice terrain for a house over here. I think this will be a good spot to set up. What do you think? We need a name for this guy. What should I name you? I have a dog IRL, but I'm not naming this guy after my dog because this guy is probably going to die. Which would be bad. Where are you going, buddy? Alright, well, we'll come up with a name for you later. Right now, we really need to focus on getting some kind of a shelter built up here, because we don't... I mean, it's about noon, so we have a little bit of time. So I'm going to start laying out kind of how I want this place to look, and I will be back in it as soon as I have something to show you guys. Oh yeah, one thing I wanted to show before I get going is with the saw now, we can create a crafting table. But unlike Minecraft, where you take the crafting table and put it on the ground, as soon as you make it, you get a 3x3 crafting grid in your inventory. So this will be handy. And I believe I can also, using this saw to make some planks, create a chest like this, or do I need to actually use... Yes, we can create chests out of planks. This will definitely help with the whole item storage issue we've been running into. Okay, back to planning the house. Hey, where are you going? Come back. Get over here. Hey. Good boy. Okay, not much to really show here, but it dawns on me that we should probably get something we can live in before we worry about getting fancy. So for right now, this is going to kind of be the outline of our shelter. I'm going to be putting some wood up on it here shortly. And then this will eventually just become our bedroom, and we can kind of expand the shelter kind of out this way. And that'll work. I ran out of cobblestone, which is another reason I'm deciding to stop now, because I figure once we get this shelter set up, we can start mining, and we'll get plenty of cobblestone from that. So, we need to start building up the walls of this little domicile. And I think we're going to use this ash wood, because... Well, let me check the color here. Maybe we won't. I'm not 100%... I'm not really liking that color. Ooh, we have some different trees over there, so maybe those will make for a better... better wall material. But we are about to lose the sun, so maybe we should go mining. You get down here. Come on. Over here. Well, there's our first death, I guess. Alright, we gotta make the run back now because I really, really don't want to lose our pickaxe and our, you know, prospector's pick and all that other stuff that I put so much freaking time and effort into getting. I think our dog died from that too. So maybe it's better that we didn't name him. Oh boy. Run. Just run. Just run. Oh boy. This is not good. I hate that change that makes the sprint key a double tap rather than just holding a button. The change was made ages and ages ago, and I have hated it ever since. Oh boy. Woohoo, made that jump. I'm not even sure if this is the right way. I just need to try to find the coastline, and then I can follow that back to our house. think it was over here. This is where I found a bunch of metals. I think this is actually where the bismuth is. We'll have to come back to that later. Alright, I will see you guys again when I find my stuff. There's the last bit of my stuff. Alright. So, we got lucky. We were able to get back to our stuff before it all disappeared. You were absolutely useless, by the way. Stupid dog. I would have been fine if it wasn't for that damn dog. I was outside trying to get him to come down into the mine so that, you know, he wouldn't get killed, and he got me killed. So, you're gonna come back with me. You're gonna go over to the house. Actually, once we go back there, I should probably work on cutting down some trees to actually get a bit of a shelter going here. Where's my axe? You know what? I'm not even gonna bother looking for it. I'm just gonna make a new one. Alright, so let's chop down these trees and take a look what the planks for these ones look like. See if we would like this a little better for our house. Alright, what kind is this? Pine. We take you, where's my saw? There it is. Why can't I? There we go. Of course. See, I would like that for like a floor maybe, but I don't think using that for the walls would be good. All the same, I'm gonna cut up another log so I can actually get my bigger crafting grid. There we go. Yeah, that's the thing. When you die, you lose your crafting grid, and I believe you lose your skills as well. No, apparently not. Okay, so you keep your skills, but you lose your upgraded crafting grid. This stuff the same stuff that we were using before? I think it is. It looks very similar. Alright, I'm gonna look around a little bit, see if I can't find a type of wood that I would like to use for my house. Is that... what? That's a bear. I'm not sure if they're friendly or not, and I'm pretty sure I don't want to find out right now. I'm not seeing anything but these trees out here. Oh, frustrating. I don't want to use these ones. I don't like the color. Oh shoot, it must be turning nighttime. We've got enemies coming at us. Alright, I'm gonna go back to the mine. Try to get there anyway. And then this time I'm gonna seal up the mine entrance, and if the dog happens to die, that'll suck, but I'm not going to worry about it. If he happens to live, then good dog. There's that bear. I'd really like to get a start on the shelter, but we only have really 2 types of wood around here. And, well, one of them would be decent, as I said, for the floor. There's nothing that I want to use for the walls. Alright, I believe our mine was over this side. Yeah, here we are. Okay, climbing inside the mine, and then sealing myself in. There we go. Alright guys, I'm going to call that it for this episode. Unfortunately, did not get as much done this episode as I wanted to, thanks to that little death. In between episodes, I'm going to do some mining. Hopefully we can find where the copper vein is down here. And yeah, when we come back, hopefully we'll be able to find some trees. That's the other thing I'm going to do in between episodes, is I'm going to see if I can't find a type of tree that I would like to use for my house. So thank you guys very much for watching. So long.